detecting dog of the day, 19 July 126. We're going to feature the old Deus 2 today. Metal detectorist, friendly 4-member Rattlehead has posted some of his experience with the Manicore and the M9 coal. He's located a nickel around this old tree and this maybe a park. It's a site he had been to before. He's fairly certain he has swung over this nickel previously, but he was never alerted to it, doing select digging with nickels. He located it with a Manicore, 1888 or 9, I guess it is, something like that. All right. So could he have swept over that with a Deus 2 before and not heard it with what he thought was a nickel window open? Or maybe another person with a Deus 2. Well, here's a little experiment to show you what could happen to you with the Deus 2. I have showed something similar to this. Alright, you see that WS6 is on and it is paired with that 11-inch coil. Alright, we're in the fast program, 40 max frequency band. You see that? Channel 3. I'm not going to take it out of channel 3. I'm going to leave it in channel 3, but I'm going to open it back up. So that's the detect screen, and I'm going to sweep the 11. Now there's no audio. You see that meter on that machine, what it's doing. 62, you see that. Okay, so I'm going to put this coil down right here. Alright, you see it laying there, and there's the old WS6 still on. Here's a remote with a 9-inch coil. I'm turning this machine on, auto scan. I'll show you the setting. It's on. Okay? You turn this detector on with auto scan on, it will do an automatic noise cancel. Setting. Frequency scan. Auto. You see that? Frequency max. You see what channel that detector's in? 1. And there's a very good chance it's in channel 1 because that coil right there is in channel 3. But remember, there's other factors in a site that can make your detector do a frequency scan and not go to channel 3. Okay, so now we're in frequency channel 1. What does this nickel ID? Look at there. You see that? 61. Okay, so now I'm going to go in here. We're going to go down and we're going to advance it all the way to channel 6. Now what does the nickel ID? Look at there. 64 predominantly. Okay, let's go back. Now we're going to go all the way to channel 0. Remember, EMI situation could drive this detector to go to channel 0. Look at there. 60, 61. You could see a 58 or 59 on this machine in an old site on an old nickel because the sharpshooter has seen it. Alright? So when you set your nickel window up on this machine, if you're going to run a narrow nickel window, that right there is going to drive how your machine's going to respond on nickels. Now, if you run a wide nickel window, say 59 all the way to 65, then you can basically, any channel on this thing frequency scans to, you're going to hear nickels, but you're going to hear more than nickels, boys and girls. You get my drift? So, it might behoove you when you set up your nickel window, you may want to turn this auto scan feature off. Okay? You still may get some pretty good depth and some milder ground. And you wouldn't be sacrificing, you know, your nickel window. Or if you do the auto scan, you need to go look and see what you got. Where is it? Frequency channel 0 and 1 on this machine. Is a nickel ever going to reach 64, 65? Doubtful. Very, very minimum chance. Just like if you're running channel 3, 4, and 5 on this machine, is a nickel going to reach 61, 62? Much more unlikely. Okay? You see, when you have people running these machines and they talk about them and they're out in sites and they're digging everything non-ferrous, they're not going to pick up on this. Okay? And a lot of people that spends this much money on this machine, and the notch feature on this machine does work grand, by the way. A lot of people are doing select digging, especially in public sites. That's going to conclude today's video. I hope you have a nice day.